Hey all, welcome to the energy temperature check for this week. I think we are March 23rd today, 24th, and happy spring to all of you. Hoping everyone is doing well. So where are we at in the collective with our energy? Are we mild, medium, spicy, or extra hot? This week, I'm feeling like we're actually in kind of a hot temperature. And from the collective, of course, when we look at the collective conscious and what is going on globally or, sort of out in the world, the hot makes a lot of sense. But then when we're looking at it in terms of the individual and bringing it into our daily lives, I feel like there's a lot of hot energy coming up as well because there's so much shifting and changing happening. I talked about this on my Wing Wednesday show too. It's shifting and changing with relationships, and any relationships that I want to say can't sustain some level of health or stay out of a cycle of either abuse or addiction or obsession or boredom or, being very lackadaisical in the way that they, sort of approach one another. All of these things are coming up in our day-to-day lives and in our inner relationships because the energy is hot right now. Everything is coming up to be acknowledged. Everything is coming up to, I want to say, we need to be made aware of it. If you don't know that it's broken, how can you fix it? And so I feel like the energy of hot, the heat energy is coming up right now with a lot of people. And a lot of people, let's face it, we've been in a pressure cooker for a while. And now everything is starting to explode. I feel a lot of people in general are really needing, I want to say, an outlet. They need an outlet to be able to funnel their energies, channel their feelings, channel their emotions. We've been locked up for so long and now it's like, okay, I don't care what's going on. I'm going to be impulsive. I'm just going to say yes to it all. I'm going to do it all. And that's not necessarily healthy. Going from one extreme to the other is not always good for the physical body. And it's definitely not always good for relationships and how we are relating to one another. Because if we're both feeling that way, then our impulses can crash up against one another, right? They can implode or explode. And that's not necessarily the direction that we want to take. So I feel like the temperature is hot. So I'm going to pull a card. Actually, I just shuffled the deck from the Gateway of Light activation from Kyle Gray. And let's see what is going to help us to be able to move forward and not allow that heat to, derail our true intentions for where we're trying to get to. So the card that I pulled is Inner Earth, base chakra, strength and security, laying foundations. So I want to say here to you, this is all about the root chakra. So we're talking about grounding, being grounded, getting out and connecting to Mother Earth. Recognizing that when I'm feeling hot, when I'm hot under the collar, or I'm feeling that I need that, I feel that impulsive urge to, sort of burst out or to say whatever is on my mind and without any thought for how it will be received or how it will land, I'm going to maybe go out in nature and take a breath for 5 minutes just to give myself a bit of a pause before I act on the impulses. It doesn't necessarily mean that your impulses are wrong or bad. It just means give yourself a minute or so to evaluate, how do I want to act on this impulse? Do I want to act impulsively on the impulse, or do I want to be a little more thoughtful and considered about it? What is it that I'm actually really trying to achieve through the impulse? Most of the time it's a relief. Most of the time it's a release of something. Most of the time, the intention is good. You just want to have a little fun. You just want to kind of break out of the box a little bit. You want to pay attention at that time to, well, how would this affect the other person, right? How will this affect my overall course in life? I may be feeling it in the moment now. Will I have buyer's remorse on the flip side of it? Will I have said it and 5 minutes later wish that I hadn't? So take the time to ground yourself, go out in nature, go breathe the air, touch a tree, watch a squirrel for 5 minutes, allow that impulse to settle in a little bit so that you can, I want to say, get to know it and figure out how best it's going to serve you. So grounding yourself, feeling safe and secure is the goal, and understanding that you are laying foundations. And sometimes impulsivity does not connect so well with laying foundation. If we think about foundation, it's got to be solid and smooth. Using the analogy of when you're pouring cement for the foundation of a house, there are different types of cement. One of the types of cement is not good for foundation. If you don't stop and pause and pay attention to which bag you're buying at the Home Depot, you're going to end up creating this, beautiful house that's going to fall to the ground. That's not going to serve anybody, right? So pay attention to that. And I want to say it's okay to have impulses. It's okay to be in a place of impulsivity. And it's also okay to take a minute to examine what that impulsivity is really trying to show you and tell you so that you can make a decision that's going to work best for you. That's our message for the week, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, sending you so much love. If you want to know a little bit more about the energies that are coming up in April, please join me on March 28th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for my Phoenix Rising event, a monthly Oracle roadmap to achieving your desired outcomes. It's a great opportunity to release what is no longer working for you and release that from the previous month, and to open yourself to all the energies that are coming in for you in the new month, so you can prepare and plan and be very open to receiving what it has for you. So we're going to do a burning ceremony, sort of a release ceremony, a beautiful, long, in-depth card spread that gives you lots of details about every level of your life, and giving you information that you'll need with that. And then I also do 3 readings at random, either a card pull, if you choose a card pull, or if you have a specific question that you'd like to ask, I will tune into the Dream Team and give you that information. So would love to see you there. Check it out on my website, theblackfeatherintuitive.com. We'll put it in the comments below, the description below. And also you can always check out, I have Facebook, Insta, and always my YouTube. Like and subscribe if you like what you see here. Always releasing content and always excited to connect. Thanks so much, guys.